Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood Luis Perez, and I'm here to tell you some bit more news. More news. Two in one day. More news. Anyway, this one has to do with DC. First I'm Marvel, now DC. How ironic. Anyway, this one has to do with DC's newest film, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, and I'll make another video about the title in just a minute. But let me just get to what this really is. A few weeks or maybe a few months ago, I can't believe I didn't make a video about this earlier, but they released a few photos about Ben Affleck's new outfit in the film. Now I have to tell you, when I first saw that outfit, I was so happy. I had such a nostalgia nerdgasm when I saw that image. If you don't know what I mean, the costume that they're basically going with Batman in this film is it's the Dark Knight Return costume from the Dark Knight Return comic by Frank Miller. And if you don't know what the costume looks like, it was basically like a very muscular Batman with the short ears, a humongous logo, which I thought looked pretty cool, and a pretty simple design, like back to the old designs that what Batman usually wears. Now, why was I happy to see that this new design of Batman? Well, because it shows us a new sign for Marvel movies, or not Marvel, but for superhero movies in general. Sure, we have seen other superheroes wear the traditional costumes in other films, aka Spider-Man and even Superman. But I believe this is the first one in the modern era. Okay, aside from Spider-Man, but I believe this is going to be a good step to because this is But I think this is a good step to introduce more comic book costumes into the modern age. Because one of the main arguments why people didn't use those costumes because they look too silly. Well, here it looks on Ben Affleck, and it looks pretty darn awesome. Another thing that really makes me so happy to see this one is the way it kind of heightens my excitement for Ben Affleck playing Batman, because I see him in that suit and I'm like, that's Batman. Like the way he looks so brooding while he's wearing that costume, it just looks so awesome. Oh, I can go on forever telling you how awesome this new suit looks. Like, I'm glad they kept the comic costume, since basically most of this movie is based off the Dark Knight Return comic, at least the ones on how Batman and Superman fought. And I think that's a good, and I think that's a very good, and I think that's a very good interest. Like, having it that they're going to stick it over to the comics, but they're not going to keep it too close to the comics, but close enough that the fans will remember it, aside from a general audience. Another thing I really like about the costume, aside from its comic book nostalgia, is how, again, just how Ben Affleck looks in it. Like, I like the style. It looks so noirish, and which is very appropriate for Batman. And the smoke and the way the cape looks on him, the cowl. Ben Affleck. So I've been hating on Ben Affleck, and I know I haven't made a video about that, but I've been hating on Ben Affleck for a while. But now I see him on this costume, I am so psyched for his performance. But aside from this costume, the picture also gives us a brief look at the Batmobile. And thank you, the Almighty Lord! We finally get the traditional Batmobile from 1989. Basically, Batman 89. Like, okay, it's not that exact, but the Batmobile in this movie looks exactly like the Michael Keaton Batmobile, with a few large tires from the Tumbler, and honestly, it looks bloody awesome. Oh, thank you for bringing back a more classic Batmobile. It just looks so amazing. So yeah, I have not much more to say. This image is really getting me very much excited for the film. Like, I had my doubts, but I know that Snyder is a great director, and I'm sure he's gonna do the best he can to do this film justice. So overall, love this image. It makes me so much more excited for the film. Love it. Love everything about it. Can't wait for the first trailer. Oh, that looks so awesome. But still, what? But I might. What will be yours? What will be yours? What do you think of the costume? Do you like it? Tell me about what you think. Aside from that, I'm your friendly neighborhood Luis Perez. If you like this video, comment, like, subscribe. Oh, darn it, I did it again! Okay, let's do it again. And now, Andy Newit, now I'm your friendly neighborhood Luis Perez. And I'll see you next time.